Ready?
Cassie?
Okay.
Cassie?
Tasha?
Cassie? Yes!
Oh, the Lulu.
Yeah, okay. What are we missing?
Microphones and audio quality.
Again. I'm gonna just talk up here to the camera. I don't know what it is. Like, audio's been like our biggest karma point.
I know. And do you know what? We try and make it different for everyone. We're like, you know what? Everyone just sits in a podcast studio. We wanted to like change location and it's true, right? So the background gets boring.
I know, but now we're gonna start just going to a podcast studio because like
Now I get it.
this is not giving.
I know.
Like,
We're
it's
trying to
just
have
too hard.
beautiful locations and backdrops, but yeah,
You can just follow us on Instagram if you want to see our travels. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to Girls to Women.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, then she twerking. She throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend.
This is a good topic today.
Yes, this is.
You introduce it because this is your one.
Yeah, this is just all about why situationships are the new relationships of 2020. I'd say 2020 and onwards.
Is that when it first started?
COVID.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say there was a definite pivot after COVID.
When did I break up?
Well, I
I'm
had
2
8.
years in March.
I've had a few breakups since COVID.
Are we in 2026?
2026.
So I broke up in 2024.
Yeah,
March.
it's been nearly 2 years, right?
Yeah, wow. Wow.
Because when you think about it, right, if I go like back, I was never in situationships. I think I've been in one my whole entire life.
No, it's always been very clearly defined. Back in the day, you had an F buddy, a body buddy,
A
we'll
body
say.
buddy,
You
yeah.
had a body buddy, or you were single, or you were in a relationship.
Yeah, there was none of this in between.
There was no in between.
Yeah.
Situationship was never a thing.
You were dating to find a relationship.
Absolutely.
And like, okay, yeah, you could play the field, right? But then you would call yourself single.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or you'd be a dead ass cheater. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cheater.
Right?
That's different. Cheaters will be around the dawn of freaking time.
Right, but
Um,
like that doesn't make sense. Like, what happened?
Yeah, and then I guess your body buddy is like, okay, you've clearly defined
Yeah.
that this is purely
Body.
intimate body, right?
Yeah, body boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the you up text message is okay. Because
That's
it's like,
fine. And though that it can get to a point though where one of you does start to get feelings or whatever. That could be another topic.
yeah. So
How
this
to
is
not
why.
fall for your body buddy.
Number 1, don't have a body buddy.
This is true, girls.
Early 20s.
I think if you're in your early 20s, you can.
Or maybe like you're divorced in your 40s, go
You
for
want
it.
to have a
girl.
little reef.
Go for it.
Life living.
Go for
yeah.
it.
Go
Let
for
your
it.
flower rebloom in
Yeah.
the garden of life.
I think there's always time. There's a time and a place.
Yeah, there's a time to place
Yeah.
everything, but like we don't have time.
No, and if you're looking we don't have
For
time.
situationship.
We do not have time. So if you're looking for a husband or a family, you want a proper relationship, I would say avoid body buddies.
100%.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought this video was going to turn into us like pitching ourselves again. I was like, so, brothers, cousins.
We don't do body buddies.
Where's my husband? Seriously. I have some points here because we were making a list before.
This is why so we've decided we've got too much ADHD, so we've got points to keep us on track.
Point 1. Why? Okay, there's fear of commitment. So many people are scared of committing, and this is on both sides. It's not just
Yeah.
for men, let's be fair.
Yeah, let's be fair.
There's a lot of girls that are scared of committing, right?
why?
There's a lot of trauma,
Trauma.
right? People aren't seeing that there are so many more benefits to being intimate with someone than not being intimate with someone. And when I say intimacy, I don't mean getting in the bed with someone in their knickers. I mean understanding someone's heart.
Because it's such a rogue word. Panties.
I didn't know what to say. I was like,
Underwear?
what word is not going to get me blocked on YouTube? Your knickers. Get your knickers in an all.
Knickers in a twist. Oh, knickers is such like a creepy word. You don't find that creepy?
Semi costume.
Oh my god.
Moist. Okay, sorry.
You've
Anyway.
definitely been reading some old history.
Knickers is not on here. It's just risen. Sorry. It's giving old soul. So commitment now, unfortunately, feels like loss of freedom, too much pressure, and there's the risk of heartbreak.
Oh.
But to me, the opposite end of the coin is if you don't put yourself on the line to feel heartbreak, you'll never actually feel love.
You never feel anything.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's
true.
We were just saying this yesterday because like one of our friends is slowly falling in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best feeling in the world.
There really is nothing like it.
There's nothing, and it's the same with business. If you're scared of failure, you'll never succeed.
You'll never succeed, yeah.
Right? Because you'll stop it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I don't get it.
I just think that we're more and more depressed as, what's the word? As a nation.
As a collective.
As a collective, yeah. We're more depressed. Everyone's freaking got anxiety. There's so many mental health problems, and no one's, I mean, people are, but like it's a very small, minute number that are actually doing the work to get past that.
Yeah.
And some people just aren't aware. And I think that, especially in modern dating, like we've all become very unaware, and just like social media hasn't helped. The land of options hasn't helped.
Dating apps
have gotten to the point where, you know, they just want you to pay so that you keep swiping endlessly.
The dating show, just tell them what you told me about the Five Guys thing. That's because that's gamified as well on dating shows.
Right, so so we obviously know that there's like Love Island, Too Hot to Handle, whatever.
Love is Blind,
everything, right? And there's a Korean one called Singles Inferno. And I've been watching it since season 1. This is now season 5. And you can see, right, they've got a younger cast, and you can see the difference, right? It's giving so Gen Z.
Nonchalant for the cloud.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And there's one girl, and she's like, I guess the popular girl, and she just can't make her mind up. She likes 5 different guys, and he's just like, I don't know, like I really like this part of him and this part of him, but she doesn't want to commit to anyone. And she's letting them all down, and then they go and find someone else, and then she's like, why does he not like me? I told him I like him. Anyway, 5 guys made a post. And
the burger place.
And they were like, we want to work with Mina Sue because she's like 5 different guys on the show. And I just thought that was great. But to that point, what is going on?
Because it's a joke.
Yeah, it's literally a joke. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like,
so she's the nonchalant girl in this situation, right?
But then she comes across as chalant when they get with another girl.
But she's flaky.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's ghost lighting.
That's toxic as.
That's what I was talking about, right? It's like, oh, I can be with you and then flit around, but then as soon as you decide to go somewhere else,
how can you do that to me?
How can you do that? No.
She's like, I like him so much now. And then she suddenly likes the next one, and then she's like, I like him so much now. And then he'll go off with another girl, and she's like crying about it. And all the girls are like,
yeah, she's got a problem.
She's got problems.
Lady, you got an issue. So yeah, no, don't do that. The other thing here, what I want to talk about, we just touched on this, is gamification of love. So we have social media, right, where everyone thinks that they have options, everyone thinks that the grass is greener. You're not taking into account so many things when you're on social media. You're not taking into account, is this person actually, are we actually going to get along? Are our values aligned? Mm-hmm. Can we riz? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there chemistry? Are we compatible? Can I be consistent with this person? Do we share the same ethos in life? Mm-hmm. Do I like the smell of this person? Like biochemically, do we get along? There are so many things, but you see someone with a freaking Snapchat filter on Instagram and you're like, she's hot, he's hot, she's hot, he's hot.
Everyone's become so physical. And also, there was another article about this, but it was like, back in the day, not as many people got procedures, right? Not as many people got like cosmetic work, surgery. There wasn't as many. So like the hot girls were actually a minority. So I mean, I'd say girls have always been hotter than guys. Let's be honest, right? And so guys are like, oh wow, she's so hot, right? She really
That's the Victoria's Secret era,
right? And it would be like, wow. So like hot girls would like obviously feel it. But now everyone kind of just is slowly starting to look the same, and everyone has the means to be able to go and get this stuff done because it's easily accessible to everyone. So now girls are all so hot. So guys are like, oh my gosh, like I just want them all.
Yeah. You think though that you have all these options, and girls vice versa as well. There's so many hot men. I mean, come on, we do live in Bali, and there are objectively a lot of good-looking people here. But do we get along with them? Do they have values? Are they intellectuals? Are they leaders that can provide for the family? There are so many things that go into choosing a life partner. And I think that the more that we turn it into a gamified joke, the more depressed people are going to be.
Yeah, but it's like, how can you not expect, especially like the younger generation, to not gamify love when everything in their life is gamified? Especially when, like, you know, people's attention span even is so freaking short. Like, we can't even sit through a 15-second TikTok video. When you look at your analytics or whatever, usually people click off around the 5-6 second mark, right?
That's wild.
If that's when people are like, I do it, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I will just doom scroll like that. And I'm like, So then how can we expect to actually find love when we can't even like find the time to watch things we're actually interested in?
Yeah, it's true. And to me, like, dating apps really have been the devil.
Oh my gosh.
We'll never get sponsored by Hinge or Tinder. I'm just putting it out.
I mean, we speak not ill, but like we're always like, don't go on dating apps. So like, why would we want that sponsorship anyway?
Our friend just met an amazing man on Bumble. To be fair,
shout out Bumble, sponsor us.
He's a very different generation. He's a lot older.
Literally.
Right? He's used to commitment.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like she's the exception to the rule, right? Most people are out there saying the same thing that they've written in ChatGPT. Together we could get off this app. And you're talking to about 50 different girls, but you're not going on any dates because, again, you're filling your dopamine cup without actually having to do any work.
It's crazy how many people don't go on a date from those apps. They just like match with all these people. They're like, yeah, this hot guy likes me, great. Well, I've got my fix.
Yeah, a little bit of empty chat. I'll go to bed now.
Yeah. And then you match with all these other people and it's like, oh, onto them, blah, blah, blah.
It's giving man who ends up alone or woman who ends up alone with cats. That's the equivalent. Man who ends up alone at 50 with a robot wife.
Oh my gosh.
Because you were scared of the effort it would take you to go and find your person.
The effort, oh my gosh, right? So how do we expect, again, to put an effort into this when like we don't even put effort into anything anymore?
Yeah.
We used to freaking sit there and write full-ass essays, point, explanation, evidence, link.
Oh, with our hands, by the way.
Yeah,
with our hands.
None of this.
No typing allowed. We didn't have that. We wrote
freaking essays.
pages.
I remember some of my coursework. I'm like, damn, I worked hard.
Yeah.
And it's like now it's just ChatGPT does everything.
Writing
AI,
books.
Yeah.
No AI to help us. Writing
YouTube,
albums. Yep.
songs.
Yep.
Wrote songs, wrote
Literally.
poetry, wrote lyrics.
Creating movies. No CGI. Right?
We used to sit there and download songs off LimeWire to then burn them to a disc.
Yes. And then make them for our friends.
We
and
would
do
make
it
mixtapes.
Oh.
Bring back the old times.
Okay, even as something as simple as I used to meal prep. Now living in Bali, it's just
Everything's
three
delivered.
times a day.
Yeah.
Delivered to your house. Fresh.
Convenient.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
convenient.
Going to the store, weighing out the food, meal prepping, cooking, washing everything up, portioning out.
It's like when you think about it, right? Like everything kind of has to like go with each other. So that when your life is like you putting effort into every area, you'll naturally put more effort into dating as well. But then once everything becomes convenient, collectively, we're all like, I can't be, even me, I'm so bad for it. I'll be like,
Wow, we pulled you up on this
yeah,
the other
no,
day.
they did, right?
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, so I talking to this guy, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, you're going to meet him. I'm like, no.
I'm like, why?
What's wrong with me?
I don't really be bothered. So we're forcing her and you'll have a good time. Because this is the thing though, the husband is not just going to fall in our lap. The wife is not just going to go fall in your lap. It comes with the effort.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put yourself out there, God is like, go and show me then that you've overcome the patterns that you say you have. And you can only do that by putting yourself in the scenario.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're not going to know.
Yeah, it's definitely falling into patterns.
Right?
And I guess that's what's happening with modern dating is everyone's got their own things that they're trying to overcome.
Too easy. It's too easy. It's hard. It's difficult to overcome patterns. This is why a lot of us want to shy away from the work.
Yeah.
But it's through the work that you get the reward.
Or they'll find someone when they haven't done the work, like for example, a lot of the guys that have gone with you, and you show them what their potential is. Yeah, you hold up the mirror so bad, what they could be capable of, and they're like, I'm scared.
Too much.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what I'll do? I'll go to the next easier option of someone who maybe obviously won't look like you and won't have the qualities. They won't challenge them, no, but it's easier.
100%, you know.
And then he'll go and do the same thing to her. He'll be bored of her because she's not stimulating. She's not going to challenge him.
Exactly.
He's been there, done that. And they'll go to the next girl and it's just going to be a constant rotation.
Yeah, this is why I really love this quote. I saw it years, like Tumblr days, I saw this quote.
Tumblr.
Yeah, it's so good for that. It was like, people can only meet you as deep as they've met themselves.
I love that quote, yeah. Right? It's so true.
And so the more work that you end up doing, like us as well, the deeper I go, the deeper I figure out where things have come from in my psyche, like the patterns, the past lives, whatever it is, the smaller my dating pool becomes, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, but it takes time to get there because it's true. Women, we are the perfect mirror. Relationships are the perfect mirror to show you what it is that you need to change to become the best version of you. And if you lean into that, you'll have an amazing transformation as a woman or a man.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that's when the Peter Pan syndrome hits in.
Yeah.
That's when the gamification comes back in. It's like, oh, this is too hard now, but there's an easier level.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's easier for men to do that. And this is why it's usually the men who are...
Usually.
Yeah, usually. We're not saying always.
Usually,
but typically,
though.
there'll be more men doing this, right? As women, the more intelligent we get, the more successful we get, the less men we actually have access to, the smaller our pool becomes. Whereas a man's pool just continuously will expand.
Correct.
Right? So as women, we do have a disadvantage, the more successful, attractive, right? Because then, you know, guys are going to feel more insecure. But when you establish you've got money, guys will feel insecure. When you're intelligent, guys will feel insecure. So unless they're a man and they've done the work, they won't be able to handle that.
You need like an apex man. But there's also a big trend, I should say, of women like us who are becoming more rich, more emotionally intelligent, going on trips around the world, and they're like, I don't even want to deal with the headache. They're like, I don't even want to deal with the headache of men. And so a lot of them are becoming single mums if that's what they want to do, which all the power to them. But I'm still in the like, I want my husband. I want the traditional. So it kind of scares me when I see the patterns of where we're going.
I know. I just feel like women are definitely becoming way more masculine, and we can see it here in Bali. A lot of the men are very femme. Very femme. There's nothing wrong with that. Like each their own, but I feel like there's less and less masculine men. And how do we expect that when there's so much vaping, smoking, unhealthiness,
pesticides in our food?
Yeah, everything. Even like shows are literally made to brainwash you into thinking that like all these weird things are normal. Whereas we've actually actively tried to change our life. We're very healthy, we eat clean, we try and avoid drinking, smoking as much as possible. So it's like, not everyone's doing that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right? On the point of like masculine and feminine, when I was in WA the other day in Western Australia, I like to observe couples, right? Because obviously we have a relationship podcast. I like to see what's going on. And the amount of women, because it goes both ways. It's not just on the men. Like women need to step back in order for the men to step up, right?
100%, yeah.
The amount of women that I saw just taking control of everything, getting the waiter, ordering, picking up, pouring everything, pulling out the chairs, directing where to sit, going up and getting the menu, paying for the bill at the front. Very common thing that I was witnessing, and I was just like, can see who wears the pants in that relationship, and it's probably not a good one, not a healthy one long term, because the energies are completely out, right? And so then I think to myself, would I rather be in a situationship or would I rather be in that? And then I think, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather be single.
I'd rather be single, right?
I'd rather be single than in a situationship where there's so much nonchalant energy, there's no definition, it's a head F.
Yeah.
Or completely off masculine, feminine polarities, which I was in for 7 years.
And I was in as well.
Yeah.
It's wild, right? Like I actually like being single.
Yeah.
I wish for most of my life I was single. I've been a relationship girly my whole life, and it's because of a lot of trauma. I felt like I needed someone. I'm scared of being abandoned, and I just wanted a guy there because my dad wasn't there. Right? Oh, hello, deepness. So now,
the therapist is like,
I know. So now, like, because every time I've been single though, like I've really enjoyed it. But now I'm like, I actually really enjoy my own company. I love my friends. I love my life. But it's like, I feel like I do have a time ticker, which I do because I'm a woman, unfortunately.
Biologically, just for children.
Yeah, I do have, and also just because I do want that next stage of like an actual healthy relationship. Yeah. So it's hard because I'm like, I do love being single, so I don't want to ruin that. And I'm definitely not going to ruin that for, a shitty situationship. Yeah. Or a femme guy that I'm doing all the work for. Because, yeah, that is off. We don't want that.
I feel like that ends up being a situationship anyway. If you end up like dating, which I did, some guys in Bali who are feminine, that ends up just being a situationship because they're never going to take the lead and ask you out. No. They're not going to have any direction in life. They're waiting for you to either break up with them or say, hey, I'm putting my foot down. We're in a relationship.
And it's crazy, man. Like
I could never.
The guys be weird out here. Like they are good looking because like it's hard for us, right? Because we do go for the pretty boys. Yeah. So what do we expect, right? Of course they're going to be a little bit femme. But it's like act masculine, look femme.
Just we like a bit, we like the Model S.
Model S.
We're going a little bit more rogue. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, who knows? When we have our husbands, we'll definitely get them to join us on the podcast. We'll be like, hey! So we finally got that. Can you imagine that just like... Girls, play in the comments now. Okay. No, but seriously, like I want to end on this point because we've talked about that. The reason why situationships as well is really prevalent. See how we went on such a tangent before? The ADHD is wild. So we've got trauma and avoidant attachment is everywhere because of unrealized abandonment wounds, trust issues,
yeah.
past heartbreak. Like, okay, I really, really despise when people have the, they use the excuse of, but I've been burned before. Who hasn't?
Everyone has.
Who hasn't?
Buddy. Exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shut up.
We've all been burned in one way or another.
Alex, anyway. So situationships, they feel safe, right? They feel safe to the person because I'm not touching on your trauma points. I'm not asking you to have too many expectations. We're not putting a label on it.
Yeah,
and I'm not giving you accountability.
Yeah. You can't leave me, you can't shame me, and you can't break up with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you live in this grey area where there's no consequences, so it feels good.
Bali is the grey area.
Bali, Dubai.
Yeah.
It's all these, a lot of the nomadic, Timor, I would say, like a lot of the very
Hawaii. It's all the like
expat
places.
Expat places. So here we said, I can't lose what I never had. Can't lose if you didn't try, but guess what's going to happen? You also can't win.
Yes. So do you want to like keep going on with life being like, oh, I can't lose, or do you just want to win and succeed and keep going up and up and up?
Exactly.
And getting better and better and better.
Yeah. And the only thing that keeps people, unfortunately, in situationships or the person who goes to instigate a situationship is someone who has very low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who has high self-esteem is not in a situationship.
No. It's an internal reflection of who you are.
Yep. I had to do a lot of shedding in that because I was like, whoa.
We're still shedding, girl.
Yeah.
We're still shedding.
Yeah, but now there's like, okay, we actually have a solid foundation of what is a boundary, what is a standard,
what is
a
boundary?
What is a standard? Only in relationships, by the way. Business, don't cross me.
I think we should do a funny episode, right? Because I saw this trend going around on TikTok and it was like people were saying, this is what I'm like absolutely saying no to in 2026. I think we should say all the things that like are out in dating in 2026. We'll come with a full clipboard.
Let's do that next.
Yeah.
That's great. And a big pencil.
Yeah. We can use a banana.
Great. Oh, we can use a banana as a microphone.
Yes!
Cute. I like that. Well, this is what we want to leave you with. Work on your self-esteem.
Please.
Go
therapy.
to a therapist. Yeah. And that doesn't just have to be talk therapy. You can be like spiritual like me. You can do spiritual therapy, whatever. Just go deal with your issues.
And you can get 10 free sessions, so don't blame it on money.
Exactly. And then number 3, actually 4 things. Number 3, get off the dating apps for a while. Stop gamifying your life.
Please.
Right?
Just try it out.
Try it out. Number 4, say no to situationships.
Say no.
Say no.
Say no.
That's it.
That's all you have to do. If a guy is just like, nah, I just don't know, I'm like, just want to see where it goes, I don't want to put a label on it, just go, okay, cool, I'm off.
Yeah, you're not shit that sticks to a wall.
No.
If he's on a date with you and he's just like, yeah, just trying to see like what's gonna stick.
But cool.
I'm not al dente pasta, okay? You're not just gonna throw me at the wall and hope it sticks.
I do love al dente though.
Yeah, like with the right person who's throwing me at the wall, sure. Do you know what I mean? But
The right
like
person.
any of that kind of wishy-washy-ness, just à la poubelle.
A la poubelle. And you can
Okay.
be polite about it. You can be like, yeah, like I appreciate that's what you want to do, that's who you are, but like it's not gonna be with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you know what?
I'm
Probably
impressed.
make him want you more.
Don't fall for it.
But then don't fall for that, no.
Yeah, no. We are only allowing men or women in 2026 and beyond to have standards, boundaries, and clear intentions.
Are you bisexual?
Well, there's a lot of men watching our videos apparently. Standards, boundaries, clear intentions.
Yes, buddy. Okay. Standards, boundaries, clear intentions. Love that.
Alright, well you heard it here first.
Bye.